Before I started this video, I just wanted to give some shout outs to my 4 Patreon members. Thank you so much for your pledges. You really help me to fund the things that I make my videos on. Thank you for feeding my passion pretty much and allowing me to continue to enjoy music as a part-time college student and a part-time employee. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And your money only goes towards things that are in my videos. I don't spend it on anything else. A lot of people will say that these are personal items as well. Obviously, yes they are, but I am making videos on them. I am producing content for you guys, and without my Patreon supporters, I don't know if I would be able to do that. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my very first Patreon member who's been with me the longest. His name is Patrick. I love you so much. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. I also want to give a personal shout out to Ryan. He is one of my most interactive Twitter followers and a really good friend I would consider him to be, and he's super kind. Thank you so much for sharing the same passions as me. And then I want to give a shout out to Justin. We talked briefly on Instagram. Thank you so much for donating to the channel as well. I'm really glad that you enjoyed the Imagine Dragons reaction. I hope that you enjoy my reactions to come. And lastly, I want to say thank you to my newest Patreon supporter, which is Darren. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy the new content as well. Thank you for helping to fund my passions, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you all soon. If you guys want to become a Patreon member for yourselves, the link is in the description. I can't tell if I'm in focus. Here's video number 5 in this hoodie. So if you guys watched my supermarket soundtrack reaction, you'll know that I did pick up a copy in store. I did film a little bit of this experience. I will share some of it with you in this video, but the entirety of it will be in my overall supermarket experience video. It's taken me a little bit to get into the book and actually have time to sit down and read it because I've been filming so much. I've been editing my shop, I've been doing college work, I've been working. I have a few free days, so hopefully I'll have this finished within a few days. So yeah, but I've been vlogging the experience and giving like a review per like every chapter or whatever, so be sure to check that out when it comes out. I figured we would do the book overview and like a review of how the book like looks aesthetically. I got my other 2 copies in the mail today, so I thought that I would go ahead and open them. The Amazon one, and see how this came in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad. Oh, the smell. Oh my gosh, I love the smell. So I got this one, and I'll do a comparison and stuff up close, but mine that I currently have is already getting worn on the side, so this is definitely like my reading copy, and this is one that I will just keep on my shelf. Oh no, this one's worn too. Let's see. And if you're wondering how I have so many copies, even though a lot of fans have bought multiple copies, it's not just me. I had a Barnes & Noble gift card from Christmas, so I used that for this. I had an Amazon gift card for Christmas, so I used that for that. And then the only one that I actually paid out of pocket for was the one that I bought in store. Ta-da! This one is in, oh no, it's ripped at the bottom! What the fudge? That's exciting. I think these look so good, like on the shelf together. And so I'm gonna let my mom borrow one of these copies, and then obviously I'll have my copy to read, and the other one I'm just gonna like leave alone. Yay! They look so good together. Like, tell me that doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. Like, really? But let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups and the overview and like book review of how the book is made. Basically, not an actual review of the story because I haven't finished it yet. Alright, so right here we have my 3 copies of Supermarket. This is the one that I'm reading, and these are the 2 that I just opened up. But what I was talking about when referring to the binding on these, I will zoom in for you guys. You can see it whitening. That is actually the paint, and like not the paint, but like the print actually flaking and like wearing off. So I feel like eventually this spine could become unreadable. But remember, these are just paperback books. Paperback books are usually obviously cheaper than hardcover books and made cheaper than hardcover books. And knowing Bobby, he wanted to make this as affordable for his fans as possible. So that's probably why it's a little bit lesser made of really good materials. It almost feels like what like a recycled book would feel like. It is a little sandpapery, but here's an example of the binding on one of the books. And then here's an example of the binding on the one that I'm reading. As you guys can see, it is also torn. This one is not torn. There's a little bit of a glare, but as you guys can see, it's not actually worn down. However, it is torn right up here in the corner. You guys can see that. So it did actually tear, which is really unfortunate. But again, it's part of the material. The inside is yellow. That's really, really cool. I hope that this is the yellow that they'll use on the hardcover, but I definitely can't wait to get a hardcover version just to keep. I will definitely be buying a hardcover version. I would have bought a hardcover version even if I only got one of these, just because I would rather have a hardcover personally. So I'm going to use the one that I'm actually reading right now to show you just how flexible this book is. This is probably going to make a lot of people cringe, but just to show you how flexible the material is, how thin the material is. But it is a really aesthetically pleasing book. I really like the color scheme. He used this on his Bobby Tarantino merch on his last tour. I'm going to zoom in on the back for you guys in case you want to read any of this. Just kind of like a little introduction, review from New York Times, the general little like bio of the book, and then the bio of Bobby with his author photo. I think it's really nice that they put the author photo on the back. Not all books do this anymore, so I really like the layout as well as the Bobby Boy logo. I think that that looks really nice on here. Most of the time in books they'll have the author photo in black and white, and here with like the bib. Like right here is where they would put the author photo inside the book. But here's the about the author. I'm pretty sure it's the same as the back of the book. But really, really nice layout on the book. I think it looks fantastic personally, aside from the material use. But again, knowing Bobby, I'm pretty sure that he made it cheap so that way his fans would be able to better afford it. I mean, it's a $10 paperback. You can't really beat that when it comes to a new book. To give a little more in depth to the book, there are two parts to it. Right here, and I also really appreciate this as well. I think that's really cool. This is definitely a book that you could easily throw in your backpack, or you know, even for some guys to like fold up and put in their back pocket as they used to do back in the day. This is definitely one of those books that you'd be able to do this with. I think it's meant to be worn over time. I think that's kind of the aesthetic that it's going for. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below how many copies of Supermarket you picked up, and if you're planning on picking up any more. I will see you guys again in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.